Okay guys, what I've got here is the FlyMentor 3D image assisted stabilization system. Now, basically run all my cables to the outside of the 450 helicopter. I have access into the USB port from here. And on this side is where I've mounted the AR6100 Spectrum receiver, and right underneath, right under the center, is where I've mounted the image assisted sensor, or the CCD chip basically. Then I've got the 3-axis gyro mounted underneath the tail block support. Cables are pointing out towards the back. That basically means that the arrow that's on the actual sensor is pointing to the front of the helicopter, as did the CCD sensor. That's also got the arrow pointing towards the front of the helicopter. Now if you notice, as the main shaft comes down, that sensor, the very center of that sensor, is right underneath the main shaft. In their images it says mounted on the side of the helicopter. I found it works best located in this spot here. That way when the heli turns just slightly, it realizes immediately. You could mount your receiver inside. It's really your choice. There's no preference to that. I've just cable tied all the cables inside there, as you can see across here how they are. Now the FlyMentor is quite an interesting thing. What it'll do is basically stabilize the flight. Now when I was first playing with this, I was trying to set it up so that it could stabilize, and it was either running downhill, running uphill, and then I thought to myself, I'll flick the switches and get it to work while it's in flight, and then set it up again while it's in flight. And then I found that that's when it worked correctly. So I came to the conclusion that it must be on a perfectly level field when you take off. So what I did was I mounted a dual bubble what do they call these? Spirit levels on top. So when you place it on the ground, you can look and immediately tell if your ground is level or not. Now if it is level, and you turn the sensor on, it knows the ground reference and it knows what's level, and it will sit there and hover quite level. Now what I did was I tried it in a DX6 and a DX7. At the moment I've got the DX6 here, and what I had to do was I had to set these switches in order for it to work. So basically both switches up gives me my balance mode, both switches down give me the position mode, and in that state there the system's off. So basically that's off, that's on, that's off, that's on. So that's why when both of them down, position system is on, both of them up, balance mode is on. That one down and that one up means that the system is deactivated and just sticks are as normal. So, how did I do that? I'll show you. We get into the menu, and go into mix 1. And so what I did was, I said gyro to gyro, and the switch being gyro, plus 100, plus 10. Right, so depending on which position you are there, with those settings, will give you the position mode. I won't explain why exactly, but if we get out and have a look at mix 2, you'll see it goes to gyro and the switch being the elevator. Alright, so the elevator switch pushes out that value to the gyro output port. Okay, so hence why I've got the blue wire in the gyro port of the receiver. The green wire, which is normally used for your gain for your gyro, I've disconnected, and I have to set up the gain using the software tool. So that's basically it in a nutshell. And if we have a bit of dry weather, I'll be able to videotape it flying.